Hello and welcome to the UkeStuff channel, where this is a tutorial for the Grace VanderWaal song, I Don't Like You. It's been a while since I posted a actual tutorial video. I have a bunch of play-alongs ready to go that are just waiting for a tutorial video, and I've been fighting a cold and you might be able to still hear to my voice, but I'm healthy enough to actually give it a go today. So we're going to take a look at the chords that you need for this song for both GCEA and DGBE baritone ukulele, and then we'll talk a little bit about the strumming that I hear for the song in this tutorial. A couple other items of business for you. In the timestamps below in the description, you can jump to any part of the video that pertains best to you. So for example, if you just want to check out the GCEA chords, then jump right to strumming, you can do that. Also, I've been working with uketabs.com, at Uku World and all the other websites that are there, and they're going to start posting the chord charts, the actual lyrics and the chords for all these songs, and you'll see a link to that, uketabs.com, in the video. So, and there should be a link below. When that Uketabs is ready to go, there'll be a link below in the description that will take you to that specific tab at uketabs.com. Now let's take a look at the chords that you'll need for GCEA ukulele. And for that today, I'll be using my new Hydra ukulele by Ortega. It has an 8-string ukulele on the top, which is just like playing a 4-string ukulele, except the strings are in double courses and your fingers hardly know that you're pressing 2 strings at once. And then it also has a standard GCEA ukulele on the bottom. And we'll take a look at the chords on both of those just for fun. So there are only 5 chords for I Don't Like You. The other thing I'm going to start doing with this video and give it a try for a while is I've traditionally talked about how to play and put your fingers on each string for each chord. Starting with this video, I'm only going to do that for the chords that are trickier than the standard chords. So we'll see how that goes. As always, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know if you like that format better than talking about putting your fingers on each string. So the first chord you need is the D minor chord. It's just like the F chord, except you add a finger on standard GCEA. The second chord is the only hard chord of these really on GCEA ukulele, and it's the B flat chord. Now a lot of people are afraid of B flat. Don't be afraid of B flat. Just learn how to play it. Now there is one little tip, which is if the action, which is the amount that the string is above the fret on your ukulele at the first fret, is really high, this can be a really hard chord to play. So you should check that sometime. They actually sell string action gauge rulers that you can put on. Generally, I like it to be about 0.5 millimeters at between the metal fret and the bottom of the string at the first fret. And if it's not, you can learn how to set it up yourself, or you can take your instrument to a luthier, which is a person that builds and fixes instruments, and they can set up your ukulele for you. And not to be mean, but if you have a less expensive ukulele, many times they're not set up. There are some companies that do a good job of setting it up, and I'll just say out loud right now, Acklot and Enya from Amazon are doing a great job. There are also companies that will sell you a ukulele, making sure it's set up. Mims Ukes, the Uke Republic, the ukulele site. I've heard Elderly Music in Michigan. Those shops will do that too. Unfortunately, a lot of stores just sell a ukulele and they take it out of the box. If you're lucky, they've tuned it, they put it up on a wall, you buy it, and they've never actually done anything with it. So always do check that, but that makes a big difference with the B flat chord. So let's take a look at how you play it. Your first finger is going to act like a little clamp, and you can pull against the ukulele with your finger. If you're holding the ukulele right and you're supporting it with your arm, you can pull against those strings a little bit, and then you support it with your thumb, and that covers strings 1 and 2, which again are the closest towards the floor. Then you add the second finger to the 3rd string 2nd fret, and then the 3rd finger to the 4th string 3rd fret, and you just keep kind of pulling against it, pressing with your thumb. Don't over clamp, it shouldn't require so much effort, but that's the B flat chord. On the 8th string it sounds like this. The next 3 chords are pretty standard ukulele chords. You have the C chord, you have the A minor chord, and the A chord, just add one finger. And those are the chords you need for I Don't Like You on GCEA soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. Now, for baritone ukulele, I'll be using my one and only baritone ukulele. It's a mainland baritone ukulele, cedar top, rosewood back and sides. It's beautiful, but it was a factory second. So just as I talked about with GCEA ukulele, on baritone DGBE ukulele, I'm just going to start, as of this video for a while, give this a try. Instead of talking about how to put each finger in each string in the video, I'll just cover the chords that you need in the song very quickly. And if there's a chord that needs special attention, which I don't really think is the case here with this song on baritone ukulele, then I'll stop and talk about it. So the chords you need on baritone ukulele are the D minor chord, the B flat chord, and the cool part is all you have to do is slide your second finger right up one more fret. Then the C chord, the A minor chord, add one finger, and then you have to kind of do a switch depending on how you play A for the A chord. And those are the 5 chords you need for baritone ukulele. Now, as it comes to strumming, there's one strumming pattern used throughout the entire song and one chord progression that's used for the entire song that really doesn't change. Occasionally, the last chord gets dropped for a moment of silence, or that silence is kind of backed up one beat from what normally happens, but it's the same progression all the way through. And what it kind of is, remember, Grace VanderWaal is a young composer, and she hasn't really studied a lot of theory. She's going off of her ear, which is just fine. So like standard Grace VanderWaal sort of works, she uses the same chord progression for the verses, the chorus, and the bridge in the song, and there is nothing wrong with that. She's still a great writer of melodies, but the thing that's exciting for me is that at the very end of this progression, when the A minor switches over to A major, that sounds cool, but actually in terms of music theory, it makes sense. It's what we call a dominant chord, or the 5th chord of the scale, that always leads back home to the 1st chord. And in the minor key, even in the minor key, that 5th chord to lead you home should be a major chord leading back to the 1 minor. It also works in the major key as well. It should be a major going to major. But there's great theory happening in the background there. And if that didn't make sense to you, just understand there's some reasons why the song sounds kind of cool and why it works. So let's talk about the strumming pattern that we're going to use. I moved the camera back a little bit so you can see my strumming hand up here. And again, remember, when you're strumming, you want to be strumming where the body meets the fretboard. Picking, you are welcome to go over the sound hole. There's no picking that I would do necessarily in this song, but when you're strumming, make sure that you're always over right where that body meets the fretboard. All right, so what I'm hearing, let's start with the D minor chord, is I'm hearing 8 down strums in the space of 4 beats. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now, so what I'm hearing in strumming then is a accent on 1, 3, and 7. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see where that A major changes on that 7th step. 1, 3, 7. 1, 2, ready, go. Now how about on the 8th string, just for fun? 1, 2, ready, go. And that should be all that you need to know to be successful on I Don't Like You by Grace VanderWaal. Remember, down below in the description, you can find links to all the different videos. You can find the link to the UkeTab's chord chart for this song. Thanks for watching the video. We'll catch you next time.